Right, so I've been doing, well, I've been prepping to do some painting on the, let's get the right page, on this section of the B17. And so what I'm going to do is basically paint well, all the inside bits that I haven't already painted, such as the cockpit there, so the little guns there and so on. And what that entails is the guns will be fine like that there. It's too dark, come on. So I'm going to put gunmetal on the guns using the Tamiya. But before I do that, I'll be using some Mr. Finishing Surface 1500 black on the thing. So that's going to be the primer coat. And of course I've been doing a lot of masking, so these are the bits that are going to be painted first. Which is, contains the little guns, the rear undercarriage hole bit, the rear wheels, and then you got this piece here, this little piece here, which is now this piece is a clear part of how I got masking it. Looks pretty awful, but should be fine when we get around to doing it. Anyway, so these are ready to paint, as it were. But I've also been masking the clear parts, such as this part here. So I've used the yellow bits are not Tamiya masking tape, but this piece of yellow tape bought from the local store. I also use some Tamiya tape on this part here, and the Tamiya tape is not quite as sticky as this cheaper stuff. And so the cheaper stuff is stickier, slightly different shade of yellow as well, easy to see. Not that you'll see it once it's covered in paint. I've also put in the backs of the clear parts some of this mascal stuff. So basically that will prevent paint from going up on the bits that I don't want to be covered. Just a bit of a precaution. And there's also some clear parts on this section here, so I'll just cover them up in a bit of tape to yeah, keep them safe. So right, time to gas up the airbrush and let's get spray painting.
Abandoned him and stuff like that, and he became beta. Yeah, it's like a doesn't want to see the truth.
So here we have this little ball thing. Now I was, worried about being able to mask it as I've done now, but because well, I thought it was going to be really tricky, but I took the time, stuck the tape on, cut around the various bits, and here we are. So it's probably the only clear piece that hasn't been painted yet, so I'm going to do that now. It's also in two pieces, so I think it's down to nothing goes inside of it, so I'll probably just glue it together now, and if I can get it together, and we'll see how we go. So anyway, that's that piece. So next time you see this, it'll be covered in paint. Anyway, got some cement SP. So hopefully this will work. I can see that there's no, all the bits that are going to be clear are far away from the paint bit, so I'm okay using the black cement. And of course the practical aspects of using the black cement is that you can see where it's gone. Okay, so here we are with this little thing. I've decided that I'm going to fix it into its little carrier holder thing, and before I paint it, I reckon it's going to be a bit easier for me to do that. I'm not sure that I need to want it to move, as you can see there. You can move it from underneath. Or can you? So, fingers too big. So there we are. So anyway, I'm going to glue this in, or rather glue this holder in. That will still allow that to move, and then I'm going to carefully spray it so that I'm going to try to spray paint it in such a manner that I'm going to try to do it so that paint doesn't leak too much into the gap there. The planes I'm going to use aren't going to stick, they won't be reactive with the plastic anyway, so I think we'll be okay. But thin coats, I'm going to start off with this stuff, so that when you look at the thing from the inside, when the little windows are open, it'll all be green on the inside. And then on top of that, I'm going to give it a fine, I think, or black before the final silver. Or aluminium. The bare metal finish that this plane is going to have. And that's next.
There's more. It won't be easy for mine.
You have a power I don't understand and could never have.
You're wrong. You're strong in myself.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps, man.
I have a sister.
He said it. Oh my god, look at this.
Hi there again. So this is, we're partway through the completion of this little turret, this little ball turret, as you can see. And let's get it in the camera. So I finally got around to, well, I've done quite a bit of work on this. As in, so before I glued these two together and glued the, well, I've assembled it, as you can see. And I wanted to make sure that it would move fairly easily, which it does now. There's almost no friction on it. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah. When I first put it together, the ball, the bit that's moving there, I don't know if you can actually see the motion, but it was fouling against the inside of the ring around it. I'm not sure which side was fouling most, but and the reason was two things. One, the where the seam was with the ball wasn't quite clean, so I had to clean that up. Involved a lot of sanding and scraping. But also the inside of this ring here, there may have been a bit of flash or something that was fouling against the seam that was sticking out, so sanded it down by just sliding a bit of sandpaper. Let me see if I can find some. Sliding a bit of sandpaper in between the gap there, just straight in there. I'm not going to do it right now, but it went straight in there, and it helped to clean up the inside of that ring. So that worked out pretty fine. So that's where we're at now. So we have masks on this ball, and so those will come off when I've finished painting it completely. So it'll probably be on the vehicle by the time they come off. I'm not sure. Let's have a look how it goes onto there. So it fits underneath the thing. So it's not very helpful there, but yeah. So that's it there, and it goes in there. So I'm not happy with this drawing here. It's a bit unnecessarily complicated, and a bit too busy, but never mind. So anyway, that's where we're at now. Next stage, focus again. So next stage for this thing will be to again paint it black, and then paint it the final colour of the thing. Still deciding. I'm still taking my time with assembling the interior. So so here we have this little window here, hole there. And you've got this little piece which I've masked off, so it looks black because it's painted black, but there's tape under that. So anyway, so that fits into here. I've scraped away some paint just on the little edge there, the mating surfaces, which I may need to scrape away some paint of this as well. I think So I think we're okay. Yeah, it doesn't need a lot. As long as you've got some bare plastic, touching plastic, the cement will do the rest. So the fit, I've done some test fits or some dry fits already, and it goes in there pretty well. So much so that you can barely see the joint on the this side. It stays on its own as well. So I'm just going to put a little, I'm going to wick through some quick dry, some of that stuff, quick setting, and do the same on the other little windows. Let me see where, get in front of the camera, and do the same on all the other little windows on both sides of the fuselage. On this side of the fuselage, however, there's two spaces there. It tells you in the instructions to cut open that hole there so that you can put another piece in, this piece, into there. And to be honest, I'm not sure I want to do that. I suppose I could do it. I generally don't like cutting open holes in these things. It always ends up wrong with me. But I've looked at it and weighed up my decision. You know, if I leave it without it, then it won't be accurate. But if I'm honest, I don't care whether it's that accurate as long as I have fun building it. But I'll have a go. I'll cut it out and see where we go. Hopefully I won't mess it up too hard. So I think the trick will be to cut it out slightly smaller than the piece that's going to fit into there. There's like a space there. And just carefully sand out the edges until the fit is just right. Just, you know, sneak up on it, as it were. What else we have to do? We've got the little undercarriage, the tail drag wheel to drop into that spot there, and again also more windows here and here. You may notice those little white bits there. So I put these little white pieces in there, bits of plastic, to make it easy to locate the ball turret, so that when it goes in there it stays in place. It was fairly straightforward. I did the same. I've probably videoed this already. Did the same with the this piece here, so that when the fuselage is put together like so, that top of the bit there, that roof there clips, fits together, because before there's nothing to locate that. So one side was, this side that's got the little piece of plastic on it was too high, so put that little piece of plastic in there just to pull it down a bit. And that's where we are with the external, with the bodywork like that. So next time you see this, it'll have all the bits stuck on the inside, little windows and such, and that'll be that. So yeah, let's have a go and get it done.
For bar linkage, however, for now we won't be able to do those other features until later. When it gets bolted in from the other side using the same Delrin bushings and so on that the 4-bar linkage used, it supplies these low profile bowls. So that's all I have time for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed making this really neat mechanism. There's lots more to come on this tool sharpening system. It's quite a complex beast. Lots more parts to make. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying with me on this project. Thanks to my patrons for making all my
And I feel like I look back and forth like 10 times before I cross the street. And light brakes are on opposite sides of the bike. So I learned that really quickly. The back brake, everything, and 32 is hot. Whereas in Fahrenheit, 32 is freezing, 0 is more freezing, and 80 or 100 is hot.
Well, there you have it. The hole has been cut out, and it wasn't too hard. Just need to clean it up a little bit. Where's that sand there? I need to make sure that the bit does fit in, that little window fits in. So let's see what it looks like on the other side. It's not quite there. Actually, it is quite there. So it may require a little bit of filler around the edges. And we're talking actually a tiny bit, but maybe I just need to shave down the edges, the sides a little bit to make sure it'll fit. So that's what I'm going to do next. So installing these little windows I'm cutting them off the sprue one at a time, because I know that well, they all look very similar, and the windows that they're fitting are all slightly different shapes and sizes. So I find it's best just to take each piece off one at a time, do a test fit, make sure you got it in the right way around. And because I've noticed that with some of them, they fit in one way better than the other way. This one, for example, I'm just going to try it the other way around and see if it makes a difference. Assuming you can even see that. So basically just hold it in there, turn it over, look at the other side, and it actually seems to fit in better this way around than it did the other way around. So I'm going to decide that that's correct and go straight ahead with the glue. Oh, the one time I film it is the one time it goes wrong. I don't believe it. Anyway, I'll let that dry overnight and buff it out. Should do a trick. Anyway. Yeah, the one time I did it, the first time I film it, the first time I make a mistake doing it. So anyway, yeah, as I said, I'll let that set and then polish it up a bit. So some fit issues with these pieces. Don't know how clearly you can see that, but there's a very clear gap. Let me see. There's a very clear gap on that side there between the plastic. It's all plastic between the clear part and the fuselage there, and I don't know how I'm going to fix that. You know, obviously filler, but you know, I'll let this set because it looks it's got together fairly well, even though it's only stuck to one side. Oh, a little bit on that side as well. So I'll let it set and hopefully it'll be okay. I'll need to put a little gun in there as well before I put together the two sides. So this window, clear part on this side, went together or went in far better than the other side did. It is slightly different configuration, which does help. So there is that. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this particular one. So still have the little piece, the little clear piece that goes into here, and I'm gambling on putting it on after I've drawn the fuselage. There should be enough room just to get it up there, though I may need a little tool to do that, but that shouldn't be too complex. There's a little globe that goes on top of there, but that can go on afterwards, I believe. Where are we? Yeah, it goes in much later, alongside the front bit and the bit at the back. So, right, so the next bit is to put the turrets on this side, on the top and bottom, and then hopefully that'll be, and the inside bit of course, all that piece, and then should be good. So next time you see this, and this is the last time I'll see this, the next time you see this, the fuselage will be together. Right, turn the camera off and let's get down to it, Bob. So yesterday I glued in the little windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this one. The black ones are included as well, and of course they didn't come out perfect, as you may or may not be able to see with this one, for example. There is a bit of a focus. There is a bit of a step. There you go. So what I'm going to, well, what I've done with this one over here, I did a bit of a practice first. Took my little sanding stick. So this is just a little piece of wood. On one side I've got, I think there's a 400 grit, and on the other side there's a 600, a P600 it says on the back of the paper. I can see it over there. And just sanded it down with a rough one first, and then the smoother one second. Let me see if we can get that in focus. No, you don't want to focus today? Oh, there you go. And then after that I got one of these little things. These were in a pack of 3. It says Zeal on there. Doesn't have to tell you what it is, but I can tell you that this is a tool for sanding, polishing nails. So you've got a grey side, and on this side is white and pink. Now these are like a very, very fine sanding sponges, if you like, and this side is practically a polishing sponge. So what I did is sand all that down, and then use these on there, and then finished off with the grey side, just going on like that. And just to, I don't know if you can see it, but it is now flush with the bodywork, which is exactly what I wanted. Just to increase the polish, you may be able to see that white residue on there. That is this stuff, silver tarnish guard. It is a metal polishing for all your metal polishes, all your metal, silver, gold, aluminium, chrome, and electroplate. It says so there. I found in previous experiments, I found that this metal polishing stuff, not this particular one, it was a different one that I used, but this is the same thing really, was pretty good for polishing things like this. It's quick, it's easy, it gives a nice result. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's, well, I can tell you it is at least as sharp, as smooth and shiny as the original plastic was. So I suppose I should be, you know, comparing that one, which I've done, with that one, which has not been done yet. So yeah, so this one isn't perfect yet, still got a bit of work to go on it, but it is flush with the surface, while this one isn't quite flush. You can see my nail is finding the gap on this one. There is a gap, but the which is a bit point. There is a tiny gap, but the space, the plastic stuff is pretty much flush with the glass, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to do that on this one, but specifically because this one is particularly worse. This one I'll probably leave it because this one is actually below, slightly below the surface, unfortunately. Let's have a look at the other side. We've got these two here, which are both, let's get a focus in. So we've got these two here, which are both going to need a bit of work. This one here seems okay, and that's it. You've got this other one here, which is the other window. So I'll leave these until, yeah, I can't really do anything about this one, so because this one and these two, the dark areas, which are also clear, they've got paint and tape, masking tape over them, they will be fine. They're actually a pretty good fit on there, despite the fact that this one I put in there myself by cutting the hole out, which is what the kit asks you to do. But yeah, while I'm at it, I also put in the little rear tail wheel holder. So I'll put the wheel on. Where is it? Over here. I've got the wheel on here. So I'll paint the hub on that first and then put it on. I'll put it on a lot later because I know it's going to break if I put it on now. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this bit breaks. Speaking of things breaking, there was just over here on this little any focus, something pointy. There was on this little area here, like a little pimple. There was a little aerial that's sticking up on there, and of course that broke. First time I touched it, it bent, and eventually I just decided to take it off. I can always replace it with yeah, you don't want to focus on it, do you? I can always replace it with something similar. It's actually in the box there, so it'll be replaced, but having that little thing sticking out there was just a bit of a problem. It just got in the way, so yeah. So I remember saying something earlier on that next time you see this, it'll be all together. Looks like I lied to you, so I'll this time for definite. Next time you see this, I'll probably be sanding off, polishing down the other little windows, and then putting it all together. So, but yeah, it does fit together fairly well with all the changes I've made to it. Yeah. Anyway, till next bit. Hopefully with so, well, I think if I'm honest, I think the next time you see this, I'll be polishing down these little windows. A bit of work. I'll make a bit of footage showing that and then putting it all together. I'm talking too much and not saying very much. Until later, people. So I've been talking about it for quite a while, but yeah, finally going to put some glue. I'm finally going to glue together the fuselage of the B-17. Taped together. Yeah, I've been having difficulty getting the cockpit to fit in there, and I think the final tweaking I did, find something pointy, the final tweaking I did was that section right there, if you can even see that, just there where the seat meets the side. Had to shave off a little bit of plastic off that edge because the seat was interfering with the bodywork. So that appears to have done the job nicely. So yeah, the tape is holding it together tighter. Then so next job is put some glue on this thing. Here you go. Wish me luck.
Yes! Oh! I love how she was able to determine it from like just sensing it.
time to remove the bits and pieces. And I hope it's stuck together. There you go. And there it is, all together. So I'll do some cleanup shortly afterwards, off camera, most likely. And so yeah, it's gone together fairly well. There's a bit of a so that seam needs cleaning. That's the other way around now. It's that way. This one's fairly clean. Over the top, that one is doing. This is fine. And this one here. And yeah, so I after I'd stuck it all together, I put that little window in the top there. As you can see, it is a little bit proud of the top, so that's going to be the first job. Sand that down, polish it, and so on, like I did with the others. So this one popped out when I was trying to squeeze it together. So it looks okay. Yeah, so that's what's next to do. So yeah, so anyway, that is stage 3 completed, as you can see. And right, so well, not quite completed. The where is it? You got the top of the that thing to fit. Just done a basic dry fit, and it seems to fit on okay. Around, or is it? Or is it that way around? It fits. That's all I need to know. It fits. So next step is to put the guns in, which are, let me see, one of these pairs. I think it's this one here. So they'll fit into there, like so. Got these two little. Come on, you can focus, can't you? So these two here, they go on the little bubble at the bottom. I'm going to leave them off until that possible moment, because I know they're going to break off. The fact that I had to put all the other big guns in tells me that some things, you know, I'm concerned that they're going to break off, so I need to be careful handling this model. Well, so far I haven't broken the little tail dragger wheel there, or holder for the wheel, so I think we're okay. The bombs are nice and visible in there, because still debating whether to put the doors closed or open. So if it's sitting on the ground, do they need to be open? Maybe. So yeah, so far, so apart from the difficulty I had in getting this internal section to fit inside here, most of it has been okay. Just some basic little bits of trimming and sanding to make it fit. Probably the most annoying thing, as I mentioned before, was getting this bit to fit here. The seat there interfered with the side of the body, so I had to chop a little piece out there to allow it to fit in there. But it got there in the end. So yeah, so next stage will be stage 4, which is wings. Yep. See you then.